Wait, these aren't whites. They're Italians.
Clap, clap. I'm praying he doesn't shart and wake himself up.
He's gonna shart and wake himself up. Yeah. How you way the
to what I'm
elephants,
listening to right now.
I'm gonna get
dude, like,
kicked off YouTube.
I mean,
The algorithm went down that I have female breasts.
I mean, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the shit that I like go on.
Playing through cans.
Yeah, it's like this is. They even have the same fucking sound clips we have because they have the same recorder we do. Like, plug your fucking headphones in. This is an aggressive podcast. I'm having a bad day.
That's fair.
Fuck everybody.
Well, let's get a clap for that.
Which is 10% of my body weight, which is also why you can't see a difference.
Really?
There's like the last one. It
They
seems
have a
like
nicer setup than we do.
they just have a picture behind it.
Yeah,
that's
that's
all it is.
cool.
That's not a nicer setup. Like,
We could put a cool BLACKTOOth
dude,
logo back
okay,
here.
I gotta tell
I
you.
can't
okay.
comment on these guys' podcasts because I've never listened to it. But
Well,
we're
okay.
hoping don't
No,
burn the
fuck
bridge
them.
before.
Fuck everybody.
Jesus.
Fuck all this shit. I hate this fucking aesthetic thing. I hate like. Okay, so no, it's fine. I like the.
Welcome to the BLACKTOOth podcast.
Go fuck yourself. All right. So right off the bat, we gotta do plugs.
That's not a good plug.
No, that's a great plug. No, we actually do got a plug. All right. So Jay is going to be Delmarva's funniest March 1st. That's his. He's not even in the quarterfinals. He's in the semifinals now. That's his.
Is that better than quarterfinals?
Yes, better. He's so he just has to win once more, and then he's in the finals. He's in the
final four?
I don't know, final four, final like 8, I think. But
The Elite Eight.
yeah, he's like in like a pool of like 30 something people, or was in a pool.
So he got past round one?
Yeah, he got past round 2.
rounds?
Yeah,
Nice.
so he's doing good. So Jay's going to be there March 1st for Delmarva's funniest, and then he's doing an open mic tonight in Barnegat, I think. Somewhere up north. But yeah, Jay Scrocket Comedy on all socials. And then I have to fucking pull up Autumn's shit again. Autumn Rink.
Her stuff.
Her phenomenal. No, she's been really helpful,
It's
actually.
HRS.
HRS Productions, I think. HRS Designs. HRS.
Let's be professional here.
No.
Tommy's number 11R. I know it now.
Yeah. 11R.
The last time we talked about
Traction
it, I'm like, what
Motorsport.
number is he? I had to pull it up on the fucking phone.
Traction
I felt like
Motorsport.
such a dickhead afterwards.
We are dickheads. That's the point. This is like that's just it. I think that we have a better niche. Like all these other people are trying to be way too HRS Promotions. HRS Design and Promotions.
You can't dunk on other podcasts and
I'm
then
totally
promote your friend Autumn at the same time.
Our
or our friend.
Our friend Autumn. And
friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast. No, you can totally dunk on other podcasts.
What's your gripe with other podcasts, babe?
Just I don't like that there's this thing where you have to have like
Give
a
her a
fucking
proper plug. Let's.
HRS Design and Productions, Autumn Ring. She's a very
What do they do over there?
They will handle your social media designs and all of your what else? Don't you handle
This is your plug.
Yeah, she's gonna handle all of your social media designs and networking solutions, and
She'll bump up your numbers.
you'll make your shit look nice. That's
the
what I'm
Tits
getting.
podcast should reach out to them, bump up those rookie numbers.
That's okay. Now you just turn around doing my bit right on me. But no, I'm not dunking on them. I hate that there's this thing where
Joe fanned out, tried to send him a message.
No, I didn't.
Yo, we'd love to work with you guys, and they blocked him, and now he's sad.
Okay, you and your fucking revisionist history. No, it's fucking cool when people reach out to each other and communicate. This is supposed to be a community, the podcasting community. So when I reach out and I get an auto-generated block, it's annoying to me. So that annoys me. But then you saying the thing about the studio, like, what is it with you guys in Cumtown was the best Patreon for like 3 years running, and they didn't have a camera. What is it with this fucking hang-up where everybody needs to look like a fucking studio? It's like, who cares? No, it does nothing. It does nothing. It does nothing. It's an aesthetic. It's like it's chick shit. Like that's.
I don't know if it's chick shit, but I mean, you did do aesthetics in our main studio.
Yeah, because you complained at me until I did it, and
to me, it's more eye catching when you're scrolling through on Reels and one of our clips pops up. If it looks nice,
what, a neon sign, like it's
shit like that.
It's so gay. Fuck that.
I guess
shit.
I'm a chick because like shit like that. If they have a nice setup, I'll stick around for the 30-second clip.
If you like walk by fucking Spencer Gifts, it's like I don't care because there's neon shit in there. It's like it's just the same.
I feel like this setup, like just a random room. But I mean, Matt and Shane pull it off, obviously. But I just feel like it makes you look more like amateurish. Like
it does.
I see both sides of it. Like
what I'm getting at though is
not like a podcast if they don't have a cool setup.
Okay,
like
so,
if they're funny, I'll stick around for the clip too. Like it's like, but it's just that initial, like it's like a marketing thing. It's like that first grab, like that first fucking sink your teeth into it, or like landing a fucking fish on the hook. It's just like peacocking or something. Like it's just like, hey, look at me, like look at this cool fucking setup we have. I feel like yeah, you want to look legit, but it's like marketing.
Yeah, exactly. Because marketing is bullshit. There's a scarcity of needs, which there's a Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and marketing is at the tippy fucking top for the most scarcity. You don't need it at all. As long as you got like food and sleep and your basic nutrients, water,
it's
shit
not a
like
human
that.
need, but if you're trying to build a brand.
No, but I'm saying marketing is bullshit because once all of those there's this really good book called Guns, Germs, and Steel, which I mean, like you should really. I know me talking about books on here is fucking not to you, to the masses. I know I'm like
the masses.
90.
You are optimistic.
We got 190 something views on that one
Half
video.
of them are just fucking bot farms in India.
But no, anyway,
I love the BLACKTOOth podcast.
What I think, like, why it annoys me so much is that like there's like marketing is bullshit, and like everybody, especially coming off the heels of the Super Bowl, is like, oh, like, oh, you need to look this way, you need to do this. It's like, no, the most successful shit is by the quality of the content. Opie and Anthony didn't have a video element until like 2009, 2007. When was the first Super Show that they put?
But that's not really a fair argument. Because,
no, it's absolutely because the basis of podcasting was Opie and Anthony.
It was audio, but it's not now. Every big podcast has a video.
Absolutely not.
Cumtown's an outlier. Every big podcast has a YouTube channel.
I understand they have a YouTube channel, but I'm saying the most successful. Okay, back to your argument about Matt and Shane's.
It's a different market now, is what I'm saying. Like,
no, but what I'm saying about you could go back to what you said about Matt and Shane's, where it's like just two dudes doing that. They could set up here and do it. It's the quality of the content.
Yeah.
It's not the aesthetics, and it's like I get hung up on people that are like, I'm gonna shell out. It's the part from This Is 40 where Paul Rudd's got the neon sign, and it's like, well, you can make rent if you sell your neon sign. But it's like, well, how are people going to know what we are unless they see the neon sign? It's like, fuck you. Be better at your job. Like, put out better content. Have a more interesting conversation. You don't need to rely on aesthetics. And it irks me. It's just one of those, like, I do this.
Does it irk you when it's someone who, you know, has a 9-to-5 day job? This isn't their main thing, and they do it. Like, does it irk you when like Bobby Lee and Andrew fucking Santino, who make 7 figures off it, have a legit studio? Like, where does the line get drawn? Because
it's the credibility line. I would rather you try and be authentic to who you are and say that us setting up in here and doing this under regular ass lighting, or like even rather me joking around and making the studio the way I did, because I think that is funny. I think that adds comical layering to it. I'm not going to disagree with you that like having that aesthetic does. I didn't think it was amplify.
Comical. I just thought it made us look more legit.
I mean, it does to a certain extent, but it's like in reality, does that amplify the marketability of us? Because we're at the end of the day going to still say the same shit, and it's like we're going to like it's like okay, cool, you get like one extra view because somebody's like, okay, like maybe we'll go, that's not for me. Okay, like, but it's all visual. It's like if you just have like the content there, if you have like, and I'm not even saying like more structure or whatever, I'm saying that people like Matt and Shane, where they're just so funny that the visual element is almost like a non-issue. Their original
it almost works for them too, just being like lounging on a couch. Like, it's just,
you don't have to worry.
Adds to that low effort, like, so they're just hanging. Like, it kind of adds to like the core of a podcast is just to hang. Like that's like you're just watching them hang out in the living room, like lounging on the couch.
The one that really got under my skin was that Sam and Sax one, because that I sent to you where I'm like, who the fuck are these people? They had 95 or like 102 or something like that subscribers. It was like basically floating around a little bit better than us. And they have like a full studio and are interviewing Jordan Peterson. And I'm like, who the fuck are you people? Like I tried to like research them, and it is just people that have like a really good job so they can build a studio, but they didn't do anything to amplify the content. It's like we can just afford to pay.
They got Jordan Peterson on. Who we gotten on? Lee from fucking Vancouver.
We can afford to get an appearance fee for any comedian. Like we could go and talk to Nick Mullen's manager right now and get him to come here for like $2,000. It's not a hard thing to do.
You think?
Yeah,
I don't think
it's easy. It's incredibly easy.
$2,000 for Nick Mullen to come to fucking Tucco,
easily, just
my attic
for a 1.5 hour podcast. Absolutely, that's fucking quick money.
So I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's impossible, but I think the fee would be slightly higher than you.
Okay, that's the other layer of this, where it's like because when you add this aesthetic thing, it's like it's amplifying that you're Jake Paul, or it's like you're successful. That's what it's doing. It's amplifying success. Don't try and aesthetically impress me successfully. I don't want a Bad Friends podcast. I don't want a Bert. Or Two Bears.
The YMH studio where it looks like fucking ESPN.
It doesn't need to look like that. It's just like put a good podcast out. And I think like I'm getting hung up like on.
Well, Kumia has that now. You were saying O&A, the original didn't have anything like that. But Kumia's set up now looks like a fucking newscast.
But that is just it. He was the prototype. He was the guy that was like, no, I have this sick idea where I'm censored so like, did you read his book yet or no?
No, I didn't know he even came out with the book.
Yeah, it's called...
have you read his Twitter in the last 24 hours?
Oh my God. It's some shit going crazy.
Bro, this was the most...
Anthony Cumia appreciates.
This was the most refreshingly racist wormhole. And it wasn't just Cumia. It was the videos he was reposting, and then I was reading the comments on those, and I was like, holy shit, the internet's back. Like, this is stuff that...
Across like Xbox Live in 2006.
Yeah, dude, it was horrifying, but it was like super refreshing. Like it was just like, wow, these are my people.
Yeah, right. Like, man, I feel uncensored.
I was blown away. I was reading that late last night, and I was like, what? And I started scrolling down his page, and I was like, what is going on? Like it was because it started with some clip from Borgata where some two black chicks were fighting or something weird. Or no, it was it wasn't that. I was wrong. I just assumed because it's Cumia.
Yeah.
No, it was Kevin Brennan going up to like Bob Levy or something and like Reverend. Bob Levy like threw a drink in his face or something. Dude, I know Kevin, but I don't know Bob Levy.
Bob Levy was like a regular on O&A. He's just a comedian from around like New York.
I don't know why they were beefing or what, but he was like,
Kevin
you
Brennan
fucking pussy. Yeah, he's funny.
He's hilarious. He's the most annoying person.
I don't know, because I guess Twitter doesn't ban shit usually. I mean, they might if you say like faggot or retard or whatever, but these people weren't dropping hard M-bombs, but they were just like the rhetoric they were spewing. I was like, wow, like holy, people are still going out there like because on any other platform, I mean, I just got permanently banned on Reddit.
Congratulations on that. That was hilarious.
I'm catching weekly bans on Facebook, like regular. It sucks. You can't. Free speech is gone on the internet. On not on the internet, but on the major 4 social media platforms. Like I can't even finish typing out a hateful comment on Instagram, and it's like, are you sure you want to type this? It literally hits you with like a warning. Like comments like this usually get reported, and I'm like, fuck that, dude. Let's get reported.
Fucking send it.
Yeah.
Daddy needs a weekend sentence.
It was Cumia sparked up a nice racism wormhole for me. I was like, wow, holy shit. But I guess Twitter is one of the more. Elon saved it. No, they have like porn and shit on Twitter, so it's like I think it's one of those ones where it's like they're a little they run a little loose.
I was gonna say there's like there's a thread today about how you can find like the best gore from like Ukraine and Gaza and shit like that on Twitter now. Yeah. It's like that's fucking
Twitter's
horrifying.
like a free for all in a sense, but like if you outright say faggot or N-word or like it, the algo picks that up, but videos of people fucking or getting their head blown off, I guess, are
at
all
the same
cool.
time.
Like it's just. Shep sent me a really fucked up one yesterday. Shout out to Shep. I don't know if you saw it.
Nah.
He didn't send it to you. I thought I sent it to you.
Is it on Twitter or Insta?
Let's pull it up for you right now. Okay. It cannot.
This is the video. This is the multimedia segment of the podcast.
You can't play this on the pod.
Can we play the audio? Like YMH?
Yeah. I think so.
Is it? Wait, but can I guess, coming from the source, what it is? All right, so we've had Shep on the show before. Shep is one of our Fireplug friends who is always good for a laugh, always good for something crazy. Let me guess. He's gonna get shot. Oh yeah, his eye pops out. I've seen that one. That's Brazil. Yeah.
You hear the fluid.
Yeah. I mean, his eye pops out.
That still shot fucked me up last night.
Yeah, that's.
I'm out here, I'm smoking a blunt, I'm trying to relax. It's like 11 p.m. And then Shep sends me that. I'm like, oh, what's this?
See if you can find.
It's literally a guy's head getting blown off from point blank range. And then a fountain of red gusher juice comes flowing out like a goddamn river.
I mean, you get my AM snaps usually. It's not too far off from the guy that was like sleeping the other, some guy in bed.
I don't like those.
The guy like raising a
I don't
pistol,
like those.
shoots him in the head like 50 times.
It's not my favorite.
There was the one from Brazil that always, it's not that it gets me, but it's just like, oof. There's this like dumb, like kind of stringy looking kid with like fucked up buck teeth and a bowl cut, and he just looks like insanely derpy, but you could tell like from his disposition that he's kind of being like wiggery. So he pulls out a Glock and hands it to this guy, and the guy's recording with his phone, and he's just like, I don't speak Portuguese, but you can kind of tell that the kid's like, yeah, you want it, and the guy's like, yeah, I do want it, how much you want for it? The kid's like, blah 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 blah, and the guy's like, yeah, you stole this from me, and just shoots him in the fucking face. It's like a 14-year-old kid.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I mean, well, don't steal guns from people, especially in Brazil.
Yeah, that's fair, but I don't need to see the video of it.
I mean,
I know these things happen in the world, but
what's the most fucked up from, like, I wouldn't even say gore, like, what's something that, like, mentally, like, I don't know, it's like you can't, like, you see it and you can't deal with it, because I have weird ones now getting older.
See it and I can't deal with it.
Okay, like, here, I'll give you an example. Like, you know what really jams me up is
I can deal with it. It's just like,
so
it doesn't fuck me up, but it just, in the moment while you're watching it, you're like, ugh. Like, yeah.
Okay, so
gives me the ick.
If you want, yeah, really. You know what gives me the ick is watching people fake kiss in movies. It's something about it. It's where
me, it's the fake fucking.
Yeah, well, yeah,
like,
that too. Like that's an extent. It's like an extension
they're, like,
of
not
that.
Sucking nipples. They're like sucking.
Yeah, like the
chest.
middle of somebody's
Yeah.
like stomach or
but
something.
Nipples are out, but they're not in play because then it would make it. And that bothers. Some movie we watched recently, I'm like, why is he not sucking on her nipples? Like, what the fuck is
Yeah, we were not allowed to. That would be softcore
like,
pornography.
literally, so it's just.
There's
they're
like,
unnecessary. I don't need to see the characters fuck. Like,
that's just it. Like, it's one of those things where I always complain about that in like movies. Like, fuck scenes are like one of my biggest like deterrents.
it's such a skip.
It's like
I
it's
won't
a
skip
deterrent.
Melfi scenes, but
I will skip Melfi scenes and fuck. If you fucked Melfi, I would skip the shit out of
no
that episode.
way, dude.
Are you kidding me? He tries
Rocco.
He tries like 4
You
times.
see her nips in the shower in the one scene.
No,
it
you
might
see
not
her-
have been her. It was like a body double.
You see her like pretty much topless in Goodfellas, right? Where she's on top of Leota with the fucking gun. Like,
Nah, I think she had a shirt on.
yeah, it wasn't like unbuttoned or whatever. I don't know. I might be misremembering someone.
Nice little nip slip and good. I don't remember that in Goodfellas.
Yeah, she's like got the gun pointed. I can't remember if she's like.
I might have watched like the AMC version.
I
I've
don't-
seen the real one.
I just it's something about like nudity and like you said, fucking kissing. But like kissing is like the most like noticeable for me because it's like these are two people that are literally getting like in pornography. At least there's
And they're not like
penetration.
making out. They're doing like this little weird like. It's just like fake.
It's like you guys are like a fucking slow kid trying to
That
eat a
would bother
candy
me
cane
as-
off a fishing rod or something. Like, that's two people doing that and they're like, why is this at like?
Would it bother you if your lady was an actress and she had to like make out?
Oh, absolutely. I don't date actresses. I really don't. I do not fucking even touch fucking
I
that.
didn't know you had the option. Are you talking about like from the local playbill in Summers Point? Like, what
No, I mean-
actresses are you?
No, just like it being in marching band, you have the opportunity to like band chicks.
Drama guild?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of access to it, and like with Mark too. Mark was in not theater. He was in band in college.
I could compartmentalize it, but the other half of me would definitely be super jealous, like watching your lady.
Oh,
if she's playing
yeah,
like Juliet in the school play,
Yeah.
and you're like 16, that would tear me up inside.
No, that's
She's
pretty much
making out
why.
with the hot lead. Oh,
Here, you want to talk about some insecurity shit? I keep getting into it with because there was a Super Bowl ad for him or with him with it was Zach Braff and the other dude from Scrubs.
Screech?
No, not Screech. It was the black dude from Scrubs and Zach
Thai,
Braff.
whatever.
Yeah, and
Thai chicken nugget. I forget. His
yeah,
fucking
and then
name.
there's chicken nuggets. No, it's fucking Jason Momoa was in it, and like first off, it's funny that Zach Braff is as
I don't
tall
like
as-
him.
That's just it. I
don't know why.
I got
He's
into
probably
a
cool. He rides motorcycles.
I
But
got into a nearly relationship ending argument with a girl about how fucking I think that Aquaman, when all the girls do that thing where they take photos with him and then he's like pushing the boyfriend away or whatever. I said
That
is
would
the
annoy me.
I said that is the gayest shit I've ever
That'd be
seen.
a very
That
quiet
is-
ride
That
home.
is like super like it's not that I don't think that you're going to go fuck Jason Momoa. I don't think Jason Momoa has any interest in fucking you. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it.
But
I think
if the option was there?
No, it's not that. It's not even an insecurity thing in that direction, because it's like, if the option was there, yeah, go ahead, take it. That means that we're done, and I'm going to go fuck whoever else. Like, that's fucking awesome. Like, you just gave me an out. No, what it is it's like, you're doing something that is deliberately meant to put the man down.
You're cuckolding me.
And yeah, and women are like, women are like,
and I don't like it.
and women, yeah, and women are like, no, it's just funny. It's just funny. You can't see it for just being funny. You can't. Are you so insecure that
let's
like,
go to Hooters and I'll have one of the chicks go, I'm pushing you away.
I actually made that exact fucking point. I said that we should go to the strip club then, because I'm not fucking her. I'm not touching her. She's not kissing me. I'm not really supposed to touch her. But no, like, look, she's
in a bikini. We can go to a gentleman's club where she's not even naked.
I was like, look how cool you are with this. She's grinding on me, but I mean, I'm not fucking her. Like, it's like,
well, Jason Momoa wasn't grinding.
But no, he's like picking them up and like holding them like the way you carry women through the threshold. That's where I'm saying, like, it's like, dude, you're doing something that
if it was an actor that I could beat up, then it wouldn't bother me as much. But Jason Momoa would fucking choke slam me like Kane, dude. That guy is built like a shit brick house.
Well, first off, he's probably as tall as me, because I don't know how tall Zach Braff is, but they are the same height in that commercial.
I thought he was a real big,
tall
dude.
Actors, man. They're fucking faggots. That's just it. Like, it's some guy that's like jacked but the size of me. It's like, you're just gonna.
Nah, he'd probably fucking destroy me.
Fuck him.
I think he's a big dude.
Yeah, but he's like,
I've seen him on motorcycles. He's like he's not short. I don't think
he's like the tall. Like, he's not.
Even
like,
if he's 5'10", he's probably fucking. I'm a big fucking teddy bear, dude.
I don't know,
but if it was like Carlton, it'd be like, all right, I'll fucking throw punch this guy.
You know what, dude? Alfonso Ribeiro.
Urkel, all right.
No, Alfonso Ribeiro is a car racer. You know that, right?
No shit. Frankie Muniz is.
Yeah, Frankie Muniz is too. But no, the guy that played Carlton is like a professional. Like, he does like
Sports car series or whatever.
Like the top tier of that. Like, he's like look,
IMSA or something. It's called.
Dude, I gotta look up the league, because you're gonna be like,
no shit,
dude.
Frankie Muniz. Shout out to him. He did ARCA last year, which is like, so there's the Cup Series, there's the Xfinity Series, which is like AAA, there's the Truck Series, which is like AA, and then he did ARCA last year, which is like, the bullies. Like, it's still he competed in several editions of the Toyota Pro Celebrity Race Car in Long Beach, earning 2015 Celebrity Class win in 94, 95, and 2016 as well. He does raced in 94, 95.
Kart IndyCar Series, CART.
Oh yeah, that's not the top, but it's like that's a no joke. Yeah, that's like one step below the IndyCar.
It's serious racing. I know it wasn't like.
What's the celebrity class though?
I think it's probably just like him and like people that are like like either like people that are too old to race NASCAR, or like people that you'd recognize from like TV and shit. That
probably drive the fucking wheels off me. So
that's just it.
That's dope.
It's like one of those ones where I didn't know that until like probably a year or two ago, and I'm like, holy, he plays like fucking professional.
Frankie Muniz raced in open wheel, like a league like that, like 15 or 10 years ago. And he wanted to pursue racing, and he got injured or something. And then this is like, he's like in his 30s, and it's like he's like, if I'm going to try this, like, I got to do it now before I get too old. So he did a season in ARCA last year. He finished 4th in the points. He didn't get a win, but the first half of the season, he was like leading the points, and he was finishing top 10, top 5, stuff like that. He had a really good like rookie stock car year. And he actually got, I mean, I'm sure it's because he can bring sponsors and because he has money, but he got bumped up to the Xfinity Series this year, which he skipped over the Truck Series. So he went from like the bullies to like
AHL?
The Phantoms. Yeah, like,
cool.
And I'm missing a step. So what he was in is like the South Pro. The Trucks is like the bullies. Xfinity is like the Phantoms, and then the Cup is like the Flyers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then I'm over here.
So he went from the South Pro. He skipped the ECHL and he went straight to the AHL.
I'm over here playing at Amanda's Field still, baby.
I'm not even doing that.
But
I'm about to sign up for a go-kart league at a fucking bar thing.
I don't mean that we can like pivot from this or whatever, but I just think it's cool that he really like recovered from that whole internet conspiracy or internet like rumor about him. Yeah, did you hear?
What was it? I didn't hear about it.
So like. This is like back in like E-Bombs World days, but there was like one of those videos where it's like a bunch of like celebrity facts or whatever you don't know. And one of the major ones, it was always like a point in those compilations, was that Frankie Muniz was in some kind of like traumatic car. Like obviously he was like in a lot of car wrecks because he races cars. Not like traumatic, but like he's probably somewhere along the lines that got misconstrued that he was in like a series of car wrecks or like a big car wreck or something, and he had like real bad CTE, and he like doesn't remember presently that he was on Malcolm in the Middle because of like how bad his memory is. So like that rumor was floating around from like the time I was.
I think he addressed that and he's like, I just don't remember it because I was like
yeah,
7.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, I don't remember a lot of things because I was an actor.
I don't remember shit from when I was 7.
He's like, I don't remember school. Like it's like because I didn't go to it, but like they made me do it. It's like I don't remember this shit. Like he was like, no, it's not that I have memory loss. I was in a lot of car wrecks and like my memory's probably not great, but like no, it's not like I have traumatic memory like where I don't remember being on Malcolm in the Middle. And then he tells the story about getting the role for Malcolm in the Middle. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like that's a cool pivot. Like,
Robert Eiler, the guy who played AJ Soprano.
Yeah, him and Meadow have.
He has memories from the show because it ran until he was like 20. Yeah. But like when they talk about specific scenes and stuff on podcasts, he's like, I don't remember that at all. Like it's just like it's not that you don't remember being on the show. It's just like you don't remember the the details of episodes and like you know what I'm saying. Like it's
no,
because it's just work.
My memory doesn't. My memory doesn't work like that.
You do remember?
Yeah.
I was listening to a racing podcast called The Money Lap. It's Parker Kligerman and this other dude, Landon Castle. They're both pro race car drivers. One I think's retired, one's still active. He's also a commentator on NBC. Anyway, they were talking about like older races they were in, and the one guy was like, I remember like every detail, and then Landon Castle's like, I don't. He's like, and they were watching a race where it was like his best ever finish, and he was like, I didn't even remember that this was a green, white checkered. He's like, I don't remember like all these like details how it came down to the wire. He's like, I don't remember that. But like in the moment, you're so like hyper fixated on what you're doing that like I get it. Like
I don't.
I remember some specific plays from hockey, but like
really. Like you don't remember the bulk of like because I remember like almost everything about lacrosse. I remember like I remember the first game I scored. I remember the first game I played.
You don't remember every play. Like no, I remember I only had 3 goals. I remember all of them. But like
no, like dude, it's like one of those freakish memory things about me where it's like I know you're saying this, but like I can't context because like my memory is like a VCR.
It's like a fucking elephant trap.
No, it's like a VCR. I swear to God,
used to be like that, and then I got 17 concussions.
Well, like I bounced my.
I used to have like a photographic memory, and now I have to write lists so I don't forget things.
Jay has a photographic memory too. He thought it was cheating because he's really good at like
in
memorizing. Yeah, he's good at memorizing stuff, but he doesn't remember. He doesn't retain the content. He just remembers what the page looks like, and he's like helpful with like adding and subtracting. Anything further, like remembering equations, fuck that. But that's why he's a perfect like accountant. Like
maybe I should go get my accounting degree. I can relate to that, but
yeah, I mean,
I see the side where it's like being like I don't remember that time period when I was on the show. Like I have memories from when I was 7, but you don't remember every vivid like.
You don't, but like I
you remember every day from when you were 7.
Okay, give me like a fucking day. I can try to contextually remember it, but like it's not like
sure. I'm saying like,
but like okay, like you're saying like a major event, like this dude was like winning a car race by like a nose. It's like absolutely I would remember that. Like I don't remember like actually I kind of do. What like give me a date.
He remembered finishing. It was like his first ever top 5 in the Cup Series, and he remembered like where he finished and like certain things, but he was just like. I don't remember this was a green white checkered is the equivalent of like overtime in a sport. Like, he's like I don't remember this being a green white checkered like, but I can see where you're so wrapped up. Like he's in the top 5 in the Cup Series and he's like a fucking a practice squad dude. Like he is probably so wrapped up in that moment where like you're also doing 200 mile an hour around a fucking 2.5 mile oval. Like it's just different. Than like me trying to remember high school hockey.
Okay, like the biggest adrenaline dump I've ever had was taking a 15-foot drop into a. It's a place called Pike, or is it Pikes Peak? It's the first canyon when you go up Park City Mountain Resort. It's like there's the peak and then there's like a smaller peak. It's the smaller peak. It's a 10 to 15-foot sheer drop into a double black diamond where they don't bring snowcats up there. Whatever the snow falls, that's what you got.
Landing into like 4 feet of powder.
I remember every fucking second like it was slowed down. And I mean, this was like easily like 15 years ago. And I'm like, I remember it. And I remember the second time and I remember the third time. And it's like every single time it was like, these are moments where it's like my adrenaline was just like through the roof. And it's like moments that you should be really hyper focused on that. But it's like that unlocks my memory for me. It's almost like the opposite sensation, which is why I'm like, I'm not like mad. Like I just am like
I feel
struggling.
like it might be like, not that these guys have more adrenaline-inducing experiences, or whatever, but like this guy has 500 pro races, so they at a certain point they probably like
meld together.
Yeah, like Dale Jr. talks about old races, and he forgets like details and stuff. He did have a lot of concussions, but it's like he raced like 800 Cup Series races. Like at a certain point, like it's more of like an overwhelm of information to remember. Whereas we're losers who have like 7 cool life experiences, so it's easier for you.
Speak for yourself, kid.
I'm just fucking with you.
I know. I'm fucking with you too, baby. Yeah, no. Like I get what you're saying. I just like I'm saying like it's hard for me
Joe's
to like
fucking memory bragging, dude.
It's hard for
Bro,
me.
remember I didn't have TBIs.
No, like when fucking.
Did you wear a helmet?
Okay, so like you want like things that I struggle to remember. It's like it really frustrates me. It gets me to a point like trying to remember the GATE program has been like the most present one lately because of Stavros mentioning it on Cumtown.
What's the GATE program?
It was the Gifted and Talented Enrichment Program, and it was this like national program when I was in first or second grade, and I don't think you guys had it. I don't think it was around.
I don't remember. We might have, but
okay, like so the context.
I remember like National Honor Society.
No,
but that was like middle and high school or something like that.
Nah, check this shit out. I think they were like testing us to be like psychics or something. It's fucking weird. So, and you can look this up too. GATE, Gifted and Talented Enrichment Program. So it was just referred to as enrichment for us. But it was me and the only other kid I can remember going into that, who is now, I can't say his name, but he flies like fighter jets. So he's he's real smart. They were on the ball with him. Yeah. Me, I don't know what they saw.
You run a very unsuccessful podcast out of your fat retarded friend's attic while his fucking kid is sleeping.
They're gifted and talented and enriched with marijuana.
Your stay-at-home dad loser friend.
Me trying to contemplate ways to suck my own cock so I don't have to leave that
I heard
house
you gotta
anymore.
take out a rib, dude, like Marilyn Manson did.
Manson, dog. But no, so GATE is like one of those things where I know now that people have brought it up, I don't think that there was a memory block, but I just think it was like such a like an afterthought that I never committed it to memory the way that I do with things past that. Like, because like once I got like to about like third grade, I started really committing shit to memory. I don't know why, but it was like a hyper fixation.
It's more clear after a certain age.
But like, yeah, the first and second
the younger
grade,
you go, the more muddy it gets for sure.
Yeah,
some
so like,
people are like, I have vivid memories from when I was 1, and it's like,
nah,
shut the fuck up. I've heard people say shit like that.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 2. Like, all right, dude.
I remember when I was like real young. I remember my first birthday, but that's because that was like a pivotal moment. I just
feel like
remember
a
seeing
lot of
photos
my memories are based on like pictures.
Yeah, well,
Like you see old photos, and it's like, I don't remember that day per se, but it's like I remember that
that's
fucking picture.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
I remember it.
yeah.
But no, so the GATE thing, because this is interesting. It's so they would take like a handful of kids into these like rooms that didn't have windows in the primary school. Which like I don't know if you remember where the computer room in the primary school was.
Vaguely, it was like by the library down the back.
Yeah, but it was like up the
gym.
ramp.
Yeah.
And it was like on the same level, like across. So it was like the library is on the one side, and then there was like a small garden, and then there was like the computer. So
it was back off that side street.
Yeah. So there was 2 rooms that were in there. One was like next to the water fountain, next to the computer room, and the other one was if you went straight, there was a window that was like a slit silhouette window. It was in that room too. Both of them had no windows, and they would bring us in there, and they would have like these real intense like thinking exercise drills that we would have to do, where sometimes they'd put headphones on you and give you sounds, and you'd have to do sound and auditory association, and then sometimes they would have flashcards, and you do auditory and visual flashcard associations, and then just strictly visual memory flashcard. Like there was like all these like games that they had to play, and then like one of the things I gleaned from it that I do remember was they were explaining like how things can be 2 things simultaneously, but they don't, but they're independent of one another. So like, let's say your name is William, like, so if I said William, you'd answer to that, but you'd answer to Bill half the time, or like me, Joseph, but you'd also say Joey or Joe or something like that. So it's like, but like all those are technically correct answers. They're all correct answers that are occurring simultaneously, but like there's not a wrong answer unless that was like,
say like James.
Yeah, it's like putting it like in a way where it's like palatable information for like a second grade. I just remember them being like really like intense thinking exercises, and me like being like, "Whoa, Billiam will," like leaving their like fucking butthead or whatever.
Just taking an autism test.
Yeah, and then I failed.
He's
clearly.
gifted.
He's gifted. Good one. No, that's
You're gonna tell me special.
But yeah, they like people like report like all this like weird.
So
shit.
how often did you have to go down there? Was it like a
It's like
one-off?
once or twice a week for like a year.
Oh wow.
And then like it stopped abruptly. I just remember one day just not going back. And then I haven't thought about that until
so what
about,
did they
like,
do with the kids who?
I don't
was
think
there anyone that like made it through to the next round? Like,
I don't know what
what's the conspiracy.
I don't know
angle
what
here?
I don't know what the like next round is. It's just there's like I hadn't thought about this because this was in second grade. The last time I went to this class was in second grade. I hadn't thought about this until 2020 during the pandemic when everyone was just like online like habitually for like 18 hours a day.
You just got Cumtown playing in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Some boxing
6 hours a day.
Some watching Macaulay McGowan fight a boxing match at 12 in the morning.
Betting $7 on it.
7 cents.
Yeah.
Knockout second round. This guy can't even
Hammering
fucking block
it,
him. Dude, fucking make the money. But no, the people on 4chan started posting the gate threads, and I'm like, Gate, why does this sound familiar? And I'm like, it wasn't called Gate, it was called enrichment for me. But like everything that they're saying, they started showing pictures of the flashcards and like pictures of some of the notes that people had. And I'm like, this is all ringing, like this is looking familiar, but like, what's the point? So
yeah, what's the catch?
There's
it all
like
sounds fairly normal
all
to me so
there's
far.
all these like weird things that people that were in the program report where they think that they're like being like shadow or like gang stalked or something like that. And I don't think I am like I obviously don't think I am, because it's just a weird thing that I know I participated in, but like there is stuff that they say that is like a symptom of that, where it does like kind of sync up, like, okay. One is that you have like these guys that have it, either if you're a guy, you get an art school or like graphic design girlfriend that's international, which I did. Which I did for a while. I had Kylie.
Okay.
And she almost worked for the CIA, which kind of freaks me out too.
So they're just plucking you guys for like...
So the other one is that you get out of problems with law enforcement relatively easy, which, I mean, you could argue white
like
privilege.
fucking Ricky.
I got out of a DUI before. I got like a dude. Like I'm like
I'll handle this.
But then like there's like you have like people will interpret your communication skills as like autistic or whatever, but it's like you actually have like a hyper ability to like sense patterns and like certain
Dice.
Kinda, yeah, like tics and like, you know, certain like emotive things that I personally can't emote the way like most normies can, but like I can perceive what they're doing and like interpret it the way it, but like I can't, it registers, but it doesn't, like I don't mimic it, or I don't like try to match it or something. Like it's like a sociopathic tendency.
So were they trying to handpick spies? How do we put a bow on this?
That's just it. We don't. It's like there's all these people that say they have these like weird instances in their life that have synced up and like later in life that they like. So
everyone gets a foreign graphic design girlfriend.
No, you just you participate in this shit, and they've left you in this kind of like weird. You're a part of a community you didn't even know you were part of until like people started putting one. Because like that's just it. It wasn't like this was like, oh, I was in, you know, like the honor society. You didn't get awards for this or accolades. It's not like the spelling bee. There's no evidence of this aside from shit people just like brought home by accident with them from school. And it was like a national program, so you would think like, oh, there's probably like some kind of like meritocracy, like I graduated the GATE program or I participated. Like there's nothing like that. It's nothing of that. It's just this weird thing that occurred from like the late 80s to like the mid 90s, and then they stopped doing it. And it was also,
I didn't know it ran that long. I was gonna say, if it was like a few years, maybe it was one of these projects that just fizzled out and like there's nothing nefarious about it. It's
kind of what I think it is. And like the connections, I think people are just like, because like I said, they're listed like 80 things, and like I've only matched with like 2 or 3 of them. But like I don't know, the ones that I did stick out to me are like, oh, well, that's very oddly specific to my situation. But you know, you never know. Like you can jump to conclusions.
Yeah, there's always like 2 sides of the coin with conspiracy stuff. Like I posted the local roofing company that has the pedo symbol in their logo.
I noticed that too.
I posted it on conspiracy Reddit, and like most people were like, report him, blah, blah, blah. This one guy was like, dude, all you fucking freaks think that like a spiral automatically means like child.
Nambla.
Yeah. And I'm like, he's like, dude, this is probably just a fucking roofer trying to like make a living, and it's a cool, and I was just like, yeah, but like
he didn't do his homework.
It is. Yeah. Like that's what I said in my post. I was like, is this like, because I referenced the amount of signage, like it's on every fucking corner, it's every quarter mile on all the 3 main roads in Upper, like his signs are everywhere, and it's just like you said, he didn't do his homework. I'm like, so is this some weird Pizzagate shit, or is this just like some dumbass boomer started a roofing company, and he's like,
flip art.
Yeah, he's like, that triangle looks cool, and he literally was like a Wingdings fucking Egyptian triangle or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this just a flub? And
Probably.
I'm like, should I like reach out to the guy and be like, hey man, like, because it's slightly different from the NAMBLA logo. It's facing the opposite way, and it's closed off. But I'm like, it's close enough where it's like,
you need to suggest a swastika. Just flip it over. No, do it the Hindu way. It means the Hindu piece.
I can't be the only one that sees that and thinks that, though.
Well, you know which one got me was the nautical star on the house across from the entrance to Amanda's Field, because that's the... Whew, I've never seen people at that house either.
The nautical star?
Yeah, so there's when you put nautical stars on your house, apparently that's like a human trafficking thing. So like it's popular down in Texas, and that's where it kind of caught on. But like
I gotta
people
get a reference on the nautical star.
it's like a 5-point star, and sometimes it has a circle around it.
My most recent search: diarrhea rescue toddler medicine, diarrhea medicine. My son's fudging out hard today, dude.
Poor guy.
But they only have it at Walmart and Walgreens, and I'm like, fuck, that's not Dollar General. Like I can't.
That's sort
I'm
of
not driving to like Egg Harbor Township.
Did you try Dollar General?
No,
They
they don't
might.
have. They don't.
might.
No, they don't. They have very limited baby shit at Dollar General. Anyway, that's my most recent search. Nautical Star.
Yeah,
Not Dire Rescue.
Yeah, no, well, it's baby relevant. But yeah, the nautical. No, just
I don't want to correlate my son and human trafficking, dude.
anyway. Yeah, there's like a bunch of
The
people.
Volcom symbol?
No, that's not the Volcom symbol. That's a nautical star.
That was Volcom, dude.
The Volcom stole the nautical star. That's like a nautical star.
Volcom is human trafficking. That's what I was picturing. So is it
that's
that one?
no,
or
that's
is
the
it that
NATO,
one?
that's the NATO star. But that's the no. It's all of these apply. Like all of these are. So if
Okay.
you get one of those and you make it out of steel and put it on the
I've
front,
seen them all over.
Yeah, it's a pedophile thing. It's like
It's not human trafficking. It's like minor human trafficking.
Well, okay, so they
To
started.
me, that's worse.
So they started finding them in Texas on houses that were like, you see
You trick some adults, I don't even care.
I mean,
you trick some kids,
fool me
that's
once.
fucked up. Yeah.
Get that star
For
out of
some
my-
reason, trafficking children's like, and this probably sounds fucked up, but like trafficking kids sounds more fucked up to me than trafficking like 25-year-olds. I don't know why.
Not those.
It's just like
Yeah, well, there's no. The 25s probably.
They're both
they probably,
wrong,
Yeah, they
but-
probably put. There's 25s. They probably had like a chance of like they knew the circumstances. They had an opportunity at some point to like avoid
they
where
were bamboozled.
Yeah, they were being. I'm not saying, but the kids are innocent. That's
Yeah.
like there's a definite innocence layer. But no, but anyway,
They're both wrong,
So they
to be clear.
they started finding these on houses that were like the Sicario, the opening to Sicario, where like people were just like blowing fucking like all the way
kids.
Well, no, like yeah, fucking good one. I was trying to say. I don't even know how I got to blowing, but all right. Yeah, we're blowing kids. No, they're like smuggling kids. I don't know how smuggling blow. I guess I don't fucking know.
They were
Anyway,
blowing smugglers.
They're blowing smugglers in these
Smuggle their
houses.
kids
If
and
you want to
blow.
get blown, if you smuggle drugs and you want to get blown, just look for one of these nautical stars and call the local police. And
Next time I get a delivery there, I'm just gonna knock on the door with my pants unzipped. Heard you guys got the goods.
But yeah, they were finding them on those houses, and then someone like looked into it, like in their like local Illinois town or whatever, and it was like, oh shit, like there's like 60 Mexicans living in this one house that has a nautical star on it. What the hell's going on here?
That could just be a rental house that had it on there, and it's just the fam.
and that's just it.
They're all
It's like
delivering
like
Uber
you-
Eats and Walmart Spark.
Well,
and they're just living together.
whatever you were just saying too about like do you know that you didn't do your due diligence on like what this symbol means? Like it's like the white rock. For
Yeah,
being
I'm
swingers
not
or
fully
pineapples.
convinced that Seaside Roofing is a pedophile.
No,
ring.
absolutely not. But
And the rational side of me, just like I said, thinks it's just like you said. We're gonna say it's just some guy who didn't do his due diligence. But it is just a weirdly.
investigate Seaside Roofing.
It's just a weirdly specific
Yeah.
thing to put in your logo, and the amount of signage is what makes it really stand out to me, because it's now everywhere.
Sell your kids.
Everywhere you turn in Upper Township now, it's just PETA logo, PETA logo, PETA logo. It's just like
PETA.
It kind of disappeared from my mind, and then I never talked about this on here. Like 2 weeks ago, driving down Route 9, I'm behind a school bus, so we're stopping like every 3 blocks, and I notice a young mom. She gets her like 5-year-old kid off the bus. She's standing by the bus stop on the corner, and she pulls the Seaside Roofing sign out of the ground and takes it with her. And now I'm like, is she annoyed that they're over signaging, or it's like she's like, get this fucking creepy
Pedo fucking
get
shit
this
off
child
my
ring.
lawn.
Yeah, that's what it's just like.
Well,
That refreshed it back in my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, the Seaside dude. Like I was like, she's an ally, dude. She's
she's on her side. She's red pilled, based
Yeah,
in,
dude,
based in
she's
red
based
wine.
as fuck, dude.
Based in red wine.
Yeah, I don't. And
That's
I saw
come on.
a
That's
guy,
better. That's better than I thought. Based in red wine. Come on.
I don't get it.
Because red pilled, based in red wine. Because she's a wine mom. Come on.
Boo.
Oh, dude, you made me work for that.
I didn't get it at all. I was just trying to do you a favor and glance over it.
Where is it? There we go.
When you said red wine, I was picturing like winding something, not wind. I'm like, red wine. Red wine. You know what? This is unrelated, but a bit that really made me chuckle was on Matt and Shane, our heroes. It was trying to get your boy to like sing legitimately.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
like,
That was.
there was like Lemaire, Billy, Shane and Matt.
Yeah, they were talking about karaoke.
Like Shane
or
and
something.
Matt were like really singing, and
Yeah.
then hearing Lemaire try and sing, he's like, everywhere I go. He was just like talking. They're like, dude, you're talking. He's like, that's how I sing. Like,
No, that's not.
He was
how
like
you sing.
gleefully talking.
Dude, there's.
They're like, dude, belt out a tune right now and like really try, and just it was just so funny watching dudes who like can't sing be like closing time, like just really going for it. Like it's funny.
That is funny. I like that. I like going
Belt
to
out a tune, Joe.
Okay. Let's see. Tequila.
That's not a song.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Tequila.
You gotta say a fucking song.
That is a song.
Da-da-da-da-da. I know the song,
That's
but I
a
meant
song.
like sing a song.
I
dude.
sang it. Tequila.
You stink.
You're just mad because
I'm
I
trying
thought
to
of
think of
a
words.
you thought of a one-word song.
I was
You
gonna
couldn't-
sing.
That's, okay.
No, I'm not
you
trying to
actually
get
wanna
out
sing-
of it. I'm
you actually
like-
want to sing? Okay.
Trying to think.
Let me see. What's a good song I know all the words to? Oh,
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the hand and directs you where to go. So take the memories and still frames in your mind.
The thought was unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Hell yeah, dude.
See, dude, we like that's just it. Who doesn't
stealing
like?
bits,
Who
but-
doesn't even like sing? We could do
Just
that.
try it with your homies in
We
the
could-
Uber on the way to on the way to the bar. Do a little improv karaoke.
We could steal one of Tits's fucking bits. They had anti-sponsors. I thought that was clever. I'm not mad at them. I just really I hate that they didn't have a fucking person that I can interact with. You
You
know,
gotta hammer their comments. Stop going to email, you boomer. Just
I
hit
went
the
to
comment
Instagram
section.
direct messages because they said that they respond to them. That's why.
It might have
Using
just been a
context-
glitch or an error.
Using context
I've had
clues,
weird
babe.
things on different messaging apps where it's like it didn't send or let's be patient with Tits.
Okay, well, be patient with this.
Yeah,
I promise.
I think it's a.
All right,
I think
you
it's.
gotta-
I think it's a glitch.
I'll give Tits a squeeze.
I'm gonna hit him in the comments from the clips
I
page.
hit him in the tits. That was pretty funny. Whoever that guy yesterday was, I had fun with that because the guy thought I was legit. Like, did you see my response to that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The guy that was like when the stoners watching the Super Bowl or whatever, and you just called him gay, and then
I didn't see anything after that.
somebody underneath you wrote.
Just like your podcast.
No. Somebody wrote that, someone unrelated to the two of us just wrote, "Fucking that's gay." And it was
me?
No, to him, just cold. It was a completely it was a third party that just had nothing to do with it. And I'm like, holy shit, we started a trend.
That was the most. You can play the fucking audio.
Yeah,
for
I don't
that.
mind doing that.
That was the most dog shit.
We could play this and then go to break if you want for 10 minutes. Or do you want to just keep trucking through?
Let's keep rolling because I think
rolling?
we're on limited time here.
Okay, 46 minutes. Yeah, we're good. I'll find this.
We can take a break, but not a 10-minute. If you want to catch a dart or whatever, but
We could watch that guy get shot in the face. Here we go, right here. Yeah, so someone else wrote gay. And then I just wrote like that. And he liked it. He's like, we try. It's like, you're one person. I'm not.
who's we?
He's just it.
You making a TikTok?
You making
reel?
a TikTok, and then someone goes, you just wrote gay. He goes, oh.
It's like, damn, maybe I should delete this.
Survey says gay.
You can't play the audio.
I mean, we can. I have it muted right now. That's all.
It's so
Here,
fucking.
I'll play it. Yeah, real quick. All right.
Spoofing the video.
So this is Doggy Fly Agency. Weed smokers on the
I'm 2 years sober from smoking weed, but weed smokers on Super Bowl Sunday be like this.
Was that like a? Do you have the TV on in the background?
Yeah, it was so
I'm 2
dumb.
years sober from
And it's
smoking
just a
weed,
fucking guy
but
making a
weed
high
smokers
face,
on
and it
Super
says,
Bowl
"Want to
Sunday
smoke
be
a
like
Super
this.
Bowl?"
Why does he have? He has the same cleft palate thing going on that Joe Latruglia
That guy never
has.
smoked weed.
That guy, no, he looks like Joe Latruglia from fucking
He looks
Brooklyn
like Bia
Nine-Nine.
being like, "I'm sober from booze" because she had like a 6-month run of fucking Doritos.
Oh, dude, I almost-
it's just people like that where it's like,
I had a comment.
I feel like Bob Saget would be like, "You haven't sucked dick for weed."
I suck dick for coke.
Yeah, that's like,
I seen it.
it's just like, dude, stop.
no, I
like
got-
trying to claim I'm 2 years sober from weed or I'm sober from booze. It's like, bro, you had a little run.
My name is Rich Foss, and I haven't had a drink or drug in my body in 30 years. cracking.
Rich to me is the most credible of those three: Bobby Kelly, Jim Norton, and Rich Voss, the sobriety guys. Bobby Kelly being like, "I got sober at 16."
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself,
Well,
dude.
he got fat like every year in between, so like I mean, it happens.
You don't know what kind of alcoholic at 16.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I mean,
Stop
Boston,
it.
Boston
We were
pe-
all alcoholics at 16.
Boston people are rougher around the edges, but like I'm not taking his side. I'm just
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Same with fucking Norton. Oh, I got sober when I was 17, or like I saw the path I was going down. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, he was like smoking crack and sucking dick. Now he's not too far off.
Norton wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't smoking crack and
Yes,
sucking
he
dick.
was.
I thought he was just a big time drinker.
No, he drank a lot, but no, he was like talking.
Voss was the one
No,
smoking crack.
Yeah, Voss was the one that was dressing up sexy to get crack from his crack dealer.
Yeah.
But no, Norton was talking about him and that fucking muscle builder guy, the Stanley guy, when they used to cruise. Yeah, he would go get crack from Patterson, and then like he would
pretty cool.
Yeah, like I said, like
All
he was not just a drinker; he was doing other shit too.
It's
like,
just a thing where you.
yeah.
I mean, I got sober from alcohol
sounds
at 20.
preachy.
I got sober from alcohol at 23.
Boo.
That's also young. I'm not like, and I feel like there's people in those recovery circles that would be like, "Fuck you, dude, you're a pussy." Yeah. So I'm
yeah, like it's.
I'm also guilty of it, but like to be like, I got sober at 16. It's like,
Here, I'll tell you what.
All right,
I'll
dude,
give you.
fuck you.
I'll give you a
Like, I don't know.
comparison though. It's like I'm a normal person. You know how I drink. I don't drink heavy most of the time. I got food poisoning the other night, and it made me swear off drinking for at least another like 2 months because I drank and
so
then
you're
got
not an alcoholic.
exactly. But like I had too much to drink on top of like feeling sick, and that was enough. Where the combination of the two, I didn't throw up from drinking. I threw up from eating sausage that was a week and a half old, and then
Happens.
Yeah, and then I got I knew
Food poisoning feels like a bad hangover.
Well,
You're sweating,
the
you're
only,
nauseous.
only
you're
reason I knew it wasn't just from drinking was because I shit my brains out up front, and then you know when you're like, there's no fluid left in my body, I need a sip of water, and then it's just up the
Yeah.
other end. That was exactly how it
Yep.
went. And then you have to throw up into your
I got
fudgy.
food poisoning from Kirk's, and I was like 2 years sober from booze, and I was like, this feels like how a bad hangover felt. Like it was like middle of the night, I just woke up, same thing, just had like the meat sweats, diarrhea, throwing up, and I was just like, I felt as bad in that moment as like my worst hangover felt. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is why I stopped drinking. Like
That's
I didn't stop drinking
Yeah.
for the drinking. Drinking rules. It's
Yeah.
the next day that really fucking bites the big one, dude.
The
It's-
anxiety.
anxiety ravaged my life for like 3 years. Like I was just a mess all day until I went back to Camp Park at like 9 p.m. and then I became like a normal person for 6 hours.
Party's
man.
on, baby.
Yeah, like it's rough. Booze is a tough one, but yeah, I don't. For some reason, it just irks me when Bobby Kelly's like, "I've been sober
No,
since I was 16."
No, it's very preachy. It's very preachy, and I don't like when people like try to dictate your life, like if, like for you, like on your behalf. Where it's like I'm somebody that I appreciate perspective. I always am somebody that if you have like your 2 cents or you have a life story, I want to hear it just because I think that enriches everything. Like when you hear like where people are from, what they like, what their interests are, like what they've done, like their accomplishments, what they're proud of, like shit like that makes, and like people that are proud of being sober, I can respect that. Like, you know, not saying that it's like I agree that sobriety is going to curb your problems. I think a lot of people it helps, you know, curb their problems, but it's like if you can be a dry drunk still, you can be a Norton, and
Me.
like well, no, you're not the worst of it, but like but you're not.
I've been referred to as a dry drunk.
But you're not. You're
a few
not like.
times.
I mean, but you're not like the one that's like, you know, you need to stop fucking drinking, and then like immediately go off on you, like on someone else or on the same person for something like that you are just as guilty of doing sober, like, or you know what? Like, you're not a dry drunk. Like, I mean, but there are people.
What is a dry drunk? This always gets me like I'm
jammed
like,
up. I think it's just like a vague
one of
way
those
of saying
one-
you're not fun without saying it. Like
I always
not
got
you,
the
but
connotation that you're just like you're an angry, like
person,
miserable.
Just
Yeah,
angry sober.
yeah. That's more of an accurate
Why
description
don't you just
of dry
call
drunk
me
to
angry then? Like, why don't you just call me
Why
an
don't you just
asshole?
call me a fucking dickhead. Yeah,
Just call me a cunt.
This has nothing to do with booze. It's just I'm
mad.
unhappy.
Yeah, exactly.
Severely.
Why? That's the other thing. This was. I mean, you said compartmentalized.
But you're kind of using booze as a crutch to.
Yeah. Well, it's
to-
it's amplifying it too, but also using sobriety as a way
I
of
was more of a jolly drunk than.
Well,
it's
that's
kind of like a
see,
Band-Aid.
I'm an angry drunk, and that's hilarious to me because I just
I'm
drink.
like
so
I want to hug my bros and be like I love you guys and like
I want to punch Mark.
I get sad. I don't get really too angry. It's more of it's jovial and then on the come down I get like sad and I would like think about Nolan and cry.
Yeah.
But like on the beginning I'm like, dude, this is gonna be the best night ever. Like when I was like still fun Seymour, like going to the Anchorage, like just me fucking in the bag in the cab already. Like
Yeah, totally.
just bombed before we even get there. I'm hugging people like
See, I'm not. I'm like I'm such an old fucking man. All I want to do is just drink quietly and like that's why
I get that too.
I'm not like fun like that. But then at the same time, like I could
depends on the crowd.
I could arguably be like, because you've seen me be like a fun drunk, but it's like I'm just so abnormal like with like social settings because of like who I am and like where
you're like a social butterfly sober, and then you get like cagey when you're drunk.
I get paranoid. I get paranoid. I'm like so
you're like I gotta drive home right now. Where's the keys?
Yeah, I don't get it. It's like
flirting with disaster starts playing. You just turn into Dale Earnhardt.
It's like fucking
Toyota Tacoma.
It's like cokehead logic, but like I don't have that in my life for me to be like, yeah, like that would make sense because it's like, you know, like you ever hang out with them, they want to go to the next thing. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? Line up another one. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And it's like I'm like that, but sober. And then like I smoke weed to like kind of turn that down, but I'm still like that, like mentally. I'm just not physically able to keep up with it, so it kind of like peters out. And I find a nice pocket to hang out.
I smoke weed because it gives me so much anxiety that it makes me like a better person for like a half an hour.
A little more conscientious.
I'll be a miserable dickhead all morning, and then on my parent lunch break, I go out and smoke a blunt, and I'm like, damn. Like,
you ever?
I was really snappy with Tina for no reason. Then you come in, you're like, "Wow, I was being a fucking asshole earlier." Like, you know what I mean?
You ever see Half Baked, the movie with Dave? You know the part where like he's like yelling at it's not Jim. No, it's what's his name? He's yelling at Jim Brewer, and he's yelling at the guy that plays Scarface because Harlan Williams in jail. He comes in, he had a long day at work. He's like, "We're not supposed to be fucking spending the money. We're supposed to be saving to get Kenny out of jail." And then he hits a joint. He goes, "I'm sorry for yelling."
Yeah,
it's like that's it. It's me after work. I'm come in. Fuck this shit. Fuck these people. Fuck that.
You smoke and you're like, "What was I mad about?" It's sorry. That cliche meme. Like,
yeah, like I'm sorry.
Inhale good shit. Exhale bullshit. Why drink and drive when you can smoke and fly, dude?
Jesus Christ.
Peter Pinelli used to post that unironically on like MySpace in middle school. Like he was like a kid smoking weed like 8th grade.
My mom got mad at me one time because I was singing Gorillaz in my house, and there's that song Clint Eastwood.
Sing it right now. Karaoke challenge.
I'm happy, feeling glad. I got sunshine in a bag. Useless, but not for long. My penis is not too long. Oh shit! I liked it. I liked yours better. Thank you. Yeah, but
moms get mad at lyrical content.
Oh yeah.
When you're like when you're like 16, it doesn't matter anymore. But when you're like 10, they're not stoked. But then like my mom bought me "Get Rich or Die Trying" by 50 Cent, where it's like all about him getting shot in the face and like selling drugs and shit.
I've told you like what a fucked up family I have. My mom bought me she would buy me music based on the lyric content because like you can open there's like always like the one I don't know how old
read
you
the booklet and compact discs.
So she would go in and read the lyrics, and I would go procure a stack of CDs, and then she would go through
Which
the
ones
lyrics.
Can I listen to?
Yeah, and she would like give me like yes, no, 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 yes, no, yes.
Did she know that there's like explicit labels on?
Yeah, well, no, but she wanted. I thought
she wanted context.
I thought she was reading for the explicit, like she was looking for like something in there with like a quantity of like how many fucks or pussies or whatever. No, she liked the vocabulary that they used, so she would let me listen to bands like Leftover Crack because they used good vocabulary. And like she bought me Black Flag, fucking Rock the 40 Ounce by Leftover Crack. What's the other? Ska band. Fucking another ska band. Not Mustard Plug. Not Big D. I'll think of them in a minute. But yeah, she like read all the lyric books and was like, "These guys use good vocabulary, and you're taking the SATs next month, so yeah, listen to it, and then tell me what. Like, give me vocab tests on like."
Are you at that level of approval at that age?
At like 16, yeah, totally. Yeah, man.
I
had a helicopter mom. She's a lawyer, man. Like she didn't want me getting sued or nothing. Like
I had a great mom, but she was working grave shifts in the casino, and it's just like.
She didn't care.
It's just not that it's different when you grow up with a single mom, but it's just like it's just me and her, so it's just this tight, like cohesive unit, and it was just like
you had more of a roommate, right? Like that.
Not a roommate, but I don't know how to say what like. Not that I grew up fast, but it was like I was privy to certain details of like the family stuff at a young age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like I could handle shit like you know what I mean? Like she wasn't like censoring me. Within reason, like watching movies and like even my grandpa would like let me watch like rated R movies and shit. Like my mom wasn't a helicopter mom by any means. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have that experience where it's like I said, she bought me the explicit "Get Rich or Die Trying" when I was in like 2nd grade.
Nice.
That's an intense album
like
for
it.
a fucking 9-year-old.
Here you go, have fun.
Which it's fine. Like, I mean, my cousins were playing like Saints Row and they were like 6. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have that. My grandma was like that. My grandma would snap out listening to the most mild of rap music. I mean, for different reasons, but we
all know why.
Me and my cousin were sorry, I keep fucking with this wire. Me and my cousin Brittany, R.I.P., were watching BET music videos, and my grandma walked in the room, and she was like, what is this? I don't want to watching BET. You know what that is? Like, but it was like Chingy, like rapping about his chain. Like, it wasn't anything like doing drugs or fucking or anything bad. It was literally this guy just like bragging about his necklace, and it was like, she was like, get this off. So like, I have both sides of it. My mom was pretty chill. My grandma was like that, overbearing. Not saying Renee was overbearing.
No,
but,
Renee was absolutely fucking overbearing.
It just sounds foreign to me.
Yeah.
I feel like once I got into like sophomore, junior year, I feel like I had a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, because okay, so I have a weird like I said, like my family's fucking weird. So I was a latchkey kid. So like I would go home and I'd be left to my own devices from 2:45 in the afternoon until like 6, and I
got off the bus with my grandparents every day.
Yeah, so it's like make your own dinner. If your laundry, don't do your laundry. Like do your homework. Your homework better be like ready.
Like a bachelor dad.
Yeah, yeah. And
like single dad.
And then my parents sometimes would be like, yeah, turn the oven on to 350, throw dinner on there. We might not be home by the time you eat it, so like just don't burn it and like leave us the leftover. And I'm like, what the fuck kind of childhood is this?
Yeah.
But it was just how it worked. And then but yeah, like when I got older, like they realized like, oh, he's a little like too like comfortable by himself, like he's a little too antisocial.
They started clamping down.
So they got me like in sports and stuff like that, and were like a little more structured around the house, because they were like, you're just gonna sit around and eat chocolate and watch fucking Total Recall all day. They caught me doing that.
Childhood ruled, dude.
I would get
come in, your cock's in a shark. Your face is covered in chocolate.
Fudgy face. And messy
Joe was
pants.
a little fat kid too. He was adorable. He was absolutely
still a fat.
He looked like AJ Soprano in the first season.
Dude,
like you
that
were
brings memories back.
That was, dude. You were a cute kid. I
was a fucking chubby little. I'm still a like goofy looking kid, but like I was like goofy chubby. Like it was cute, but like it was goofy too. Like I was a little unique cherub of a child. Like stop. You
I just want to pinch your little 8-year-old cheek. I do have a nautical star in my house, and I am getting my roof redone.
You take a pineapple and shove it up my ass.
That was the other, unrelated to what we're talking about. The other symbol that I've heard of, and it's a little less nefarious, but it's not a nautical star. It's not a Peter
pineapple,
ring.
Right?
The pineapple is, and it's apparently for swingers.
Yep.
It means like we're down to swap wives.
Yeah, you turn it upside down or something.
Yeah, that's so, because I see like these like wine moms like, oh, this is a shore decoration or whatever, and they have like a pineapple, but it's right side up. Like my grandma, I know, is not a swinger, and she had like pineapple.
Sure. Yeah, grandma.
You never know. My grandpa did have diabetic erectile dysfunction, so maybe they were fucking. What?
Just the idea
that
of like
memory box. It's right over there.
Is that got some of his medicine in it? Because
it's this wooden box. It's over there behind that tote. It's got his prized possessions. Sorry, it's got. This is really funny.
Stash of Quaaludes.
It's got his prized possessions going back to childhood, like his pocket knife from Boy Scouts, his compass, his watch, his communion charm, his all the way from like little drawings I gave him when I was a kid, a piece of chalk from his first divorce, his best friend. Just like in the moment, it was one of those things. He hands him this piece of chalk and he's like, chalk it up to experience or something like that. Like some, and it just stuck with him, and he just chucked it in this little trinket box. It had all these weird little
knickknacks
that you collect over the years, that like it was a Kruger and his friend got him from Germany, just like little mementos that he kept over the years in this little wooden box. And I took it when he passed away, and I just found it a few weeks ago. I'm fishing around through the box because my fucking stepmom sold all the coins out of it to beachcombers. So yeah, fucking don't get me started. But that should not have been rooted through. Mm-hmm. That should have been left intact, because I have videos of him, literal video recordings in my Snapchat memories of him showing me the contents of the box and telling me that he wants me to have the box when he passes away. And I would never sell any of it. It's all sentimental stuff to me. Anyway, that's an aside. I'm fiddle fucking through this box, just being like, because I put some of my stuff in there too, and I was like, just looking at the stuff, and at the bottom of it,
it's a good stash drawer.
No, at the bottom of it, I shit you not, I find 3 Pfizer, the biggest Viagra's you can fucking buy. He's
Ron
like,
was fucking
in
rocking
case
it.
of emergency, break glass. Like,
Breaking someone's hip. Jesus.
yeah, that was. I knew that. Like I said, I knew a lot of. And my mom didn't tell me that, but I knew a lot of the family details.
Yeah.
At a young age, and for some reason, at a young age, I knew my grandpa was impotent, and it's like, I'm 12. Why do I know this? But he had very bad type 1 diabetes since he was like
There's one
18.
There's one I can't say on here that's so fucking funny, but I found out at like a very sensitive age that just
Oh wow.
yeah.
Wow. I heard a rumor about that around here.
Yeah, so like I said, it's like a very sensitive subject. Like it's not someone immediate to me. It's like a distant relative, but like it's one where you're like, whoa, and then like I had
which switch did you just hit? This one?
No.
Yep. Kind of hot.
I mean, it's definitely some. That was what I was watching earlier today on Pornhub. I mean, it's not too far off from reality these days. But no, that's
definitely chop out the names or whatever.
No, that's muted. That's fine.
That's a little insider for us.
A little inside baseball. Yeah. Holy shit! I didn't realize it's as common as it is. But my mom, fuck. I guess this is gonna be a tell. When my mom went to college, she went to Dickinson
We can
University.
embarrass our dead relatives.
I mean, no. This isn't
Talking about my grandpa's dead dick.
no, this isn't on her. This is just I meant the subject. But no, so my mom went to Dickinson in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And Carlisle is a notoriously small town. Shout out Bernsey. He knows exactly where it is. It's like a town of like 400 people, and she went there in the 70s and 80s, so it must have been like less. Yeah. So the university is like most of the population of the town. So like everybody around town is university students. So locals kind of like stick out. And she's at like breakfast one day with her friends, and there's just this like really weird looking couple and like a gaggle of kids following them. And they asked the waitress, they're like, we see these people like every day. They're obviously locals. Do you know who they are? And they're like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so and his sister so-and-so, and that's their 4 kids. And like they all had like fucking the fetal alcohol, fucking the Koopa from Mario, like that wide and yeah, that's
droopy face.
Droopy face.
Yeah, it's weird. You can see it in like cats and stuff too.
Dude,
like,
you can see it.
Inbred.
You can
shit.
see it in young kids nowadays too. Like there's a lot of kids that I've seen that are like teenagers that it's like your parents clearly were drinking while you were in there.
Well,
like,
I didn't mean fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yeah.
I meant inbreeding.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Well, it's common with like, puppy mills and cat whatever's. You could tell like when a fucking dog's inbred, like it just has like that a certain look.
Really?
Something. I don't know.
Does Cheyenne have it? Because she might be fucking
No,
inbred.
Cheyenne looks completely normal.
Looks
It's the
stupid as
same characteristics as in a human. It's like that droopy face. Like their eyes look off, or like it just looks a little fucking wonky. You know what I mean? And then you find out they're inbred, and you're like, oh, yeah.
This is a good podcast. We should get some synergy with other pods. Yeah, they're the two wops that they discuss retards and what they look like. They're really good, It's like,
why aren't we popping off?
I can't figure this out. It's like we say faggot every other word. Yeah. We were talking. We didn't even get
This is a good opportunity to plug one of our loving sponsors, Traction Motorsports. Tommy's getting ready to kick off the season here pretty soon. We're going to make our way out to a race this year.
Absolutely.
Don't fret. Maybe multiple.
You
I don't
call
know.
us racist.
I'm actually about to have a baby. Well, I'm not. That would be something. It's 2024. You never know. But my girlfriend's about to have a baby here in the end of April, early May. So this summer's probably fucked for me. But
bring the
maybe
kid. Bring the squirt. Who dares?
I want to get out to at least one race this season. But then, like, it's hard for me to make plans for the summer because I'm like, I know I'm going to be in the trenches of newborn town. So maybe I'll catch one. I know they wrap up in the fall. So.
Yeah.
Let's get out of those first few months. I'm trying to get out to a race. We're coming to a race this year.
Yeah.
Shout out to Traction Motorsports. That's Traction with an X Motorsports. Follow him on social media. Tommy's got a badass looking ride, and he fucking puts the pedal to the metal, buddy. You got to see him out there.
And then what about Stu? Forget Stu's phone number. That's why I always pass off to you.
Douche. He fucked up my wall. No, actually, I do have to call him
to hang that television. Just pay me. Don't worry about it. Don't need to call the can man if you want a television mounted.
Power wash my TV.
Power wash your living room. That would be fun.
No, I gotta call him. My downstairs
It's
bathroom.
clean, Tina.
like that tape they use on seams.
Yeah,
it's like cracking. Like they probably need a piece of drywall replaced or something. Minor job, but I got to give him a call, just like you should if you need anything done to your home. Our pal Brendan Stewart, owner and operator of Stewart's Handyman Service, licensed and insured, does great work. He's a great guy and he has a fair price. So give him a shout and tell him the Blacktooth Boys sent you.
The Blacktooth Boys sent you. And then Canman 609-425-3143 or jscrock0 at gmail.com. I forgot my own email address for a sec.
And while we're plugging, HRS Productions, HRS Designs, and our buddy Jay Scrocka Comedy on all social medias. Yeah. He's appearing tonight in, where'd you say tonight?
I think he's in Barnegat or Belmar or something like that. He's, I don't know. That was pretty, I don't know. That was pretty cool. Like that he's making it as far as he's making it, and he's getting all these mics. He's making friends too. So I'll be talking to him, and I'll get a phone call. His phone will start ringing, and I'm like,
even not to be a downer, but even if he never gets a Netflix special,
no, he's never going to.
Gets a fucking triple run, but just the experience is cool. With what
a great audience.
I'm just saying, like you said, making friends.
Yeah, he's having fun. It's fun watching him vicariously because I'm not managing him, but he's asking me to do the managerial shit for him, and it's kind of fun showing. Oh, he
could go on a rocket ship and end up opening for Dom Irera.
You're right.
A 3-leg run or something.
They're buddies. That's
that's
a possibility.
So I'm rooting for him.
But so that open mic. I guess I'll give them a shout out. Shout out to Cold Spring Brewing. Even though I don't like your beer necessarily, your beer's fine.
That's a terrible plug.
Well, just they put on mics, whatever. I
don't like your product, but I like your venue.
They're kind of cunty about it. I don't know. They don't let you BYOB or anything because they have open brewing. Or whatever.
Aren't they a bar?
No, they're a brewery. It's
they serve beer.
They can serve their beer, and it's
you can't
only
get a Michelob.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, fuck this. I'm not drinking your disgusting cider to taste like.
Didn't you take shots
chips.
there though?
No, we did that at Lavari's.
Okay.
Which by the way, that place.
Lavari's.
We might have to find a new local haunt. Corbett Cafe has been fun, but Flanagan's just opened up.
Heard good things about Flanagan's.
I want to go there. But anyway, back on. So Cold Spring.
I don't drink. So what?
I mean, it's like the.
What's the issue with Lavari's? What happened? You got any?
Well, I'll tie it all. I'll just tell you what Friday was. So yeah, Jay did the Cold Spring, and he invited all his CrossFit friends. So we got 15 minutes on the mic, and the guy that put the mic on was real accommodating for him. Made sure that he's like, hey, I could put you on a little early, and he's like, I got people coming. I want to make sure. He's like, not a problem. 7:30, you're on. Not a problem. It was a real good transition too. It wasn't like a regular mic where it's comedian, music act, comedian, music act, or it was just music acts, and then Jay was the sandwich right in the middle. He was the live performance, and then
the magicians came out.
So I'm setting up his because he wanted it to be recorded. He wanted a camera, so it wasn't necessary that he wanted to fucking see himself. He just wanted to hear himself and have audience. So I was just
that's rule number one of
he's
trying to get better at comedies. You got to listen to your sets.
So he was just set it up on the stage, and it wasn't framed correctly or whatever, but it's it did the job. We were able to watch it, and you were able to see him moving around and whatnot. We were able to pause and go over and everything. So mission accomplished on that. He does his 15 minutes. He does great. He gets a round of applause. So I'm breaking everything down, and he's off in the back. And he's talking to people, so my stuff was where he was. It's the same podcasting Pelican case.
Like a Peli case.
Yeah, it's just that. It's all that is. And it's just back on the wall. So there's now, the next act is a guy with a guitar who's already wearing earplugs inside. It's not loud.
He's about to rip.
He's playing an acoustic guitar with earplugs in. It's okay.
Were they earplugs, or was it possibly a
no earplugs?
No, singers wear those fucking headset things.
No, it's not
straight foam earplugs.
No, foam earplugs, like mechanics earplugs, that you get for a box of them for $100 of them. I wonder why. $2. Probably had earring problems, but at the same time, you're playing an acoustic guitar for 12 people. You're not going to be fucking rocking the roof off the place.
Never know. Did he rip?
No, he ripped me a new one. Fucking, I'm over there, go to my Pelican case, and I'm putting all my shit away.
That's the guy who ripped you? I thought it was. I thought it was a staff member.
No, it was him. He's just fucking autistically standing there with his guitar, and he goes, "You're the magician, right?" And I'm like, what? And he's like, "Yeah, you're the magician." I'm like, no,
you look kind of magical, dude.
Fuck you, and fuck him.
I wouldn't take that as much of a slight as you are taking.
But no, he was
you might have thought it looks like a case of props or something. It's just from
I'm
afar.
I'm carrying a camera.
Could be a trick.
I don't don't understand how he went there. But like, there was no magician build or anybody. It wasn't like,
Watch
hey,
me make my viewers disappear.
His listeners certainly fucking disappeared after he got on stage, started wailing into that mic. But yeah,
Joe wailing fucking tomatoes at him.
I wish. Yeah, wait, watch this one. For my next trick, you're gonna get fucking raped in the mouth.
Oh my god.
Pop your eye socket out and put my dick in it.
With a nautical star.
With a nautical star. There was a nautical star in there, actually. But no, so yeah, just there was no mention of a magician or anything. This guy just cold is like, you're the magician. I'm like, no, I'm not. And he's like, oh, okay. And then just goes up and starts playing. So even if there was a magician in there, the magician didn't get him. He bumped the magician wherever the magician may be. I should do some fucking
disappeared.
I should do some dick shark magic. Go up there and be like,
you should have just taken that as an opportunity to be like,
fuck, you're right, dude.
That's what I was not to whip your dick out, but
damn,
just to go up and try and improv magic.
No, I like the other way.
You're just doing like the thumb thing where you're like just it would literally come off as like dunking on this entire open mic.
Yeah,
like,
dude, you could just go up there, show everybody my ass. Dude,
no, don't do anything explicit. Literally try and like
no,
pull out a deck of cards and be like, pick a card, any card, and just get it so wrong. For my next trick, 52 pickup. Just fucking launch a bunch of
there's
cards
a fireplace in there. I can just like get just go out
and make these cards disappear.
It smells like burnt
tickles
plastic.
Me so pink for some reason. Just
fuck. You're right. I fucked this up. I got butthurt about getting accused of being a magician. You're right. I
wouldn't take that
as
much of a slight as you. But I didn't hear the guy's tone or anything. But not to take the.
He's just so matter of fact about it. Like, you're the magician. Like, no, I'm not. Okay, fuck you. Then I'm going up.
It's funny, like, not to go up and do stand up or do a bit. It's like, just because this guy called you a magician, just you go up and try and literally improv magic. Just like completely bomb, and like how quiet the room would be, and everyone would be like, what the fuck? And just you
for my next trick.
Just like you got nothing. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna pull a quarter from behind your ear.
I can do a few sleight of hand. You know what I do actually?
It would be so funny.
It's not even a magic trick. It just makes y'all laugh. I take
just shit your pants and go up the stage.
Just pee my pants. That would be a great one.
I'm going to turn my pants wet.
It's no. You
got to close on that.
Yeah, that's definitely
open.
Just be pissy pants.
Just gurgled into the mic. Fucking yeah. Just literally take a leak on stage. Just fucking
G.G. Allen. That's the G.G. Allen magician time. That does sound like fun. I would be a pretty good magician. I think if I put my mind to it, you know. But no, you're right. That's
I can juggle.
You can?
Self-taught. Not a big deal.
Really?
It's a weird.
You got me singing. Can you juggle?
Another grandpa reference. My grandpa had these weird. They were like they were juggling balls, and for my entire life, he had them like in the fucking on the shelf. He'd always be like, "I'm going to learn how to juggle one day." Yeah. Plot twist: he never fucking learned how to juggle, and it was after he died. It just one of those things that like stuck in my head, and I could never juggle. And Vincent was a fucking peanut. He was a newborn, and we had these. It was like ball pit balls. And I don't know. I was just sitting there like watching him. He's laying on his little mat going, and I just like figured it out one day. And then for like 2 weeks, it was like my obsession. I would just sit there all day and juggle. And like a few nights ago, I was like, I wonder if I could still do it. And like I picked up 3 of his bath toys and just immediately, it just clicked one day.
That's fucking awesome.
And my whole life, I would just be like, the timing could never get right.
You're like
now it just feels like second nature. You're literally just like
you're like on South Park when Cartman's like, Token, you have a bass guitar, bring it. He's like, I don't have a bass guitar. And he's like, you're black, you have a bass guitar in your basement, go find it.
I'm white, I can juggle.
Yeah, and then Cartman's like,
I'm not like really good, but
like,
I can keep it up for like 30 seconds.
I also think it would be funny too if you got so good at it, like one of those things
chainsaws.
Where it's like, well, just more that you like didn't even realize how good you were at it. That like I thought you were gonna go like, and then all of a sudden it was like I had 3 balls, and then I looked away, and then Vincent's up there, and then I got like 6 things.
I can do 3.
It's like a knife, and
I can do 3. Let's see if I can pull it off with these 3 random objects.
Not too fucking bad.
I can do it,
dude. Not too fucking bad, dude. We're pretty
sick.
We're pretty fucking talented, aren't we?
Talented,
we're doing karaoke. We got Juggling Jake over here. Juggling Jake Seymour. Don't rip that out.
Rip the wires off. It's hard to do with 3 different things.
That's what she said.
Anyway, I did not prove my point.
No, you did fine. Look at that.
There's just I'll juggle on the next one, guys. Don't worry.
We'll
I'll bring
get
my
it.
juggling.
We're working our way
I'll
up
bring
there.
my juggling. I'm going to juggle at the next open mic.
I was gonna say what we should do is we should do when we do the Blacktooth live thing because I still really want to do that. We should do a talent show portion. Everybody brings the talent. Like Jay can do like 3 minutes of stand up or something like that.
100 miles an hour into a corner in a Toyota Corolla. Bro, I was so disappointed the other day. So when you get on Parkway South in Ocean View and you're coming towards Sea Isle and there's like this hard upward left and they have the stripes and it's literally like some fucking road course racing shit.
Yeah.
Like I fucking drop it into second gear. I floor it around the bend, like perfectly access the corner and all that shit. And I have the video recording on my dash mount. I think I sent it to you. I was doing 110 on the Parkway. Like my car was screaming and I'm like weaving past cars and shit. And then when I rewatched the footage, dude, it looked like I was doing 70 miles an hour. Like in the car, I was like, oh, fuck. And like on the video replay, it literally looked like I was going for a Sunday drive.
Would you like to know why?
Yeah.
It's very boring. I mean, but it's
like camera.
Yeah, it's a camera thing. It's just that small lens, wide angle. It's when you have a small camera like this, the speed does not register because you don't have a depth of field. So everything just looks very fast in the immediate ground, but very slow in the further out you go. And that like the bigger the lens and the more even your focus is, the more you're going to actualize speed as it's coming towards you. But like when you make the frame wider and the lens narrow, or like the lens shorter or whatever, it's like it's taking more from the sides and not from the front.
I wonder at what point, like if you're doing like 180, it probably still looks kind of gnarly.
I'm gonna say there's probably like because like flicker fusion is like an exact science. Like you can figure out the frames per second ratio where it probably would turn to like almost like it looks like you're going into light speed or something like that. Yeah. Like because like you see those dudes on like motorcycles that like go like $190 or whatever. And they have like the stick cameras that like they're just
3D one hanging off the back,
dude. So like the one dude was explaining how the reverberation like from where you put the stick on the bike, it's like it shakes or whatever, and if you get above a certain speed, it's like it just vibrates to the point where you can't see what's on it.
Yeah.
Did you see? It's got a green Ninja. It looks like. Green Ninja.
I never
white
heard
hat.
him talking about this. I've probably seen the guy.
Okay. It's like it's just
the main guy I watch. I think he has a GoPro on his chin or something.
No, he wasn't talking about it. It's just like one where it's a stick camera, and he's starting in traffic, and then and then text comes up. It's like, now we're really gonna have some fun. And then he's like, between like 175 and like 180 is like where it's like my peak video. And then it's like once I get to 182, you can see it starts vibrating so violently, like the frame, you can't see what's going on. Yeah, but he's like, it's like I found that threshold.
Those cameras are nuts.
They are.
I couldn't even wrap my head around it.
Well, like a 360 fucking 3D cameras. Yeah, they're
it's just like
wild.
a thing hanging off the back of the bike, and you're getting like crazy view of everything. It's pretty cool.
I want to put one of those on my taint and walk around all day. Take a shit.
The GoPro picks up speed like nice, like Jixer Bra.
GoPro's technology has they have like a cutting. I think that's what it's called, or clipping. No, clipping's audio. I think. I think it's like a cutting. The GoPros are designed to like that lens is specifically designed to work with the processor that's in it, so that it picks up speed at a realistic. Because it's like it knows that it's supposed to be first person's perspective, so it tries to mimic the way you interpret speed as best it can.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Jixer Brat is now wanted in Colorado. He's from Texas. He's a big sport bike guy on YouTube. He's like a reckless and daring. He does wheelies. He lane splits at 200 miles an hour.
Wanted for traffic violations.
So he posted a video. He went from like, what's that, Aspen to Denver or something.
Yeah.
He went from like one city to another, and it's supposed to be like an hour car ride.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
He's like, let's see how fast we can get there.
22 minutes.
20 minutes.
But no shit, really.
20 minutes.
I know how far that is.
20 minutes.
That is serious.
His average speed was like 180.
It's seriously like 45 miles, and it's all like zipping through like winding turns and tunnels.
20
and shit.
minutes.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
And someone like, he didn't, so I don't know if they know his name or what, like how wanted he is, because he doesn't run a plate, obviously. Yeah. Like all of his videos are just him like booking it from the cops and like just being a hooligan. Like, he's the man. He's the man. Like, he is a fucking
Chief Goon.
He's a daredevil, dude. He is a badass motherfucker. Shout out to Jixer Bra. But yeah, it's one of those channels that you watch a lot for like a few months, and then I just kind of fell off. Like it dropped out of my algorithm. My sport bike obsession got substituted with NASCAR. So like I just haven't seen his stuff lately. And then he was trending last week, and it was because like there's news clips. It's like a social media daredevil is wanted in Colorado for an extreme stunt he posted on the internet or whatever. And people in Texas now, that sport bike community, they're getting like arrested
Yeah,
They're like deleting their channels and shit like that. And he is like, fuck that. I'm not deleting my channel. That's gangster. He's like, fuck it.
Where's Flagstaff, Arizona? There's some thing going on right now with you probably know where I'm talking about. It's like there's like a biker collective that their whole the police act like they're like videos that they have where the police will like follow them, pull them over as a pack, and then go to each individual one and be like, if I catch you riding with him again, or I catch you guys all
I
together.
haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to like break them up because they're like riding.
I'm a lone wolf.
Dude, fucking Lone Ranger.
I ride alone, brother. It's just me in the road.
But no, I guess the police are like fed up with social media people and like putting cameras on there because like they're
people were riding like this well before cameras.
It's just it. Like there's people that were talking to Jay about driving drunk in the 70s. It was like you can die just as hard as you can now. The cars go faster now, and the airbags are better. But like you can if you're driving drunk, you're gonna die just as hard driving drunk as you are.
You die sober driving a fucking minivan.
Yeah, like exactly. Like, but he got on like my case about that where he's like, yeah, there are people that are incentivized about it. And I'm like, they've always been incentivized about it. It's just, dude,
say the same about like Jackass.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
just wasn't in your face.
This
You
isn't
just,
new.
Yeah, you just weren't looking for it. Now it's like you just look at this shit. And it's like, well, now I'm mad
Now
about
the
this.
robot
Yeah.
picks what it thinks you're going to be interested
Yeah,
in.
robot does. And
You're
that's
taking this personally right
I
now.
am
You
taking
sound
it
angry.
personal. No, I am taking it personal because you're trying
throwing shots at me.
trying to be smug about it, and it's not cool.
All right, I'll go fuck myself.
No, not go fuck
You're a
yourself, but
pussy,
like
dude.
that-
I'm about to knock you the fuck out right on camera.